So it's Lynn here from the Learn English Network, and welcome to Kitely. We're up in the skybox today, and well, I can see what you're meant to be able to see, and on the stream I'll show you because it's quite funny. It's called Dreamland. Okay, so and you can see it down at the bottom there, Dreamland. But if you actually could see what I can see, you'll see it's anything but a dreamscape. Okay, we're actually in Margate, but it's the way the word dream is used by people, and it amused me that they called this Dreamland because it's just not. It's just a brick building. Now, can you think of any other times when people have misused this word dream? That's what we've been talking about for the last few weeks. Can you think of times people have misused the word dream?
If you ask me, for example, April, could you give me $1 million? And then I can say, you are dreaming, Lynn.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, dreaming can be, you've got to be kidding me. You're joking. That's very true. Any other examples? I mean, that's sort of an idiomatic use of the word dream. Okay, how about daydream? Oh, can anybody hear me?
Daydreaming. To daydream is to hoping to expect something happens that could be not possible.
Not really, no. A daydream is more something when you're just dreaming, you're awake, so in some ways it's idiomatic, but you're thinking about maybe possibilities, maybe pleasant thoughts, basically. Usually at a time when you shouldn't be thinking, oh, I know what I think tonight. I'll have pizza tonight, and yeah, maybe I'll go to. It's those sort of nice thoughts you can have that you can take yourself away from whatever reality you're currently in. A pleasant daydream. It doesn't mean it's unreal. I mean, it can be. I daydream sometimes about winning the lottery. uh, that's a daydream, though. But it's just having pleasant thoughts, a daydream. There's a song called Daydream Believer. Daydream Believer and our homecoming queen. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Yeah, you know the one? Now, Google have taken that daydream word and they've put it onto a product. So now you can buy a daydream. VR goggles from Google. Yeah, VR goggles. If you Google daydream Google VR goggles, you will see their version of a daydream. So in some ways, they're misusing the word daydream because to me, VR can be a nightmare. Anybody who's ever played Robot Wars will know what I mean. Can you think of any other words or times where dream is used metaphorically, idiomatically? In your dreams, Lynn. Dream on, Lynn. Nobody's going to speak. Hmm. Can anybody hear me?
Ah, yes, I
Yes,
can.
yes, yes, Lynn.
Okay. Nothing? You can't think of that? No? A pipe dream. What about a pipe dream? That's more what you were talking about, April. A pipe dream.
Ah, okay. I haven't heard about that word, a pipe dream. The other two, I know. In your dreams, a dream on,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what you'd say
a
to me if
pipe
I said,
dream.
April, can you lend me £1 million? Dream on. That is a pipe dream, though. Yeah, a pipe dream would be that April one day would be able to lend me £1 million. That April's going to win the lottery. That's a bit of a pipe dream. The likelihood is not, but
Ah,
I hope
okay.
for you. I hope for you. But a pipe dream is to dream of something impossible. It's just a pipe dream. Yeah. Once upon a time, I dreamt that, we'd have a teacher for every single hour of the day on the network. It was a pipe dream. I thought it was a daydream, but it wasn't. It was a pipe dream. It was beyond my wildest dreams. So you can dream something beyond your wildest dreams. Now that tends to be something that's come true. Yeah? It was beyond my wildest dreams.
It sounds to me, if you say that, my wild dreams, I think of something that, ooh, erotic maybe, something like that, no?
No. Well, depends what you're into. I suppose that might be beyond somebody's wildest dreams. Maybe if they starred in one, that would be on their. It's something that happens that you. It's much better than you could ever hoped for. It's much better than you could have ever imagined. Okay.
Okay. And when Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream," that is not the one of this. Which one is that then?
Well, that was, yeah, in some ways. Hang on a second. I've got a message from Google. I've got to get rid of that. Um, I don't know. He had a dream. Now, that's not the sort of dream, sleeping dream. That's a waking dream. That's the wish, okay? He had a strong wish. Now, I think that when Barack Obama was voted for president, he would have thought, my goodness, that's beyond my wildest dreams. You know, not only could we have um, equality, no more apartheid, no more segregation, but also a president from, different ethnicity to your usual WASP, which is white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. That would be beyond his wildest dreams. Okay. Of course, it didn't last long, but I'd love to be able to talk to him. That's also a pipe dream, of course. Just to say, what did you think? Did you think, oh my goodness, we're making progress? And then, yeah, a couple of years back, probably went, oh no. What about if something works like a dream?
Going smoothly?
Very good, yeah. Sadly, it doesn't always work like a dream on the network. The technology often lets us down. That's why you're sitting in a very white area, whilst I'm sitting in the middle of Margate by Dreamland. But there are lots of ways the word dream is used. What about a dream ticket?
I don't know that. Eleanor, you don't know that? A dream ticket? I never heard about it.
No, if it has a metaphorical meaning, then I don't know.
Yep, it's just basically if you have a dream ticket, you're in the perfect situation. Now, it's often used in politics when two people are expected to work very well together with great success. They're the dream ticket, like a dream team. You've probably heard of the dream team, yeah? The perfect team. I had the dream team in fantasy football at the weekend last week. I won. Okay, much to somebody's disgust. You'll have to check on the forum, but I actually won my. I had the dream team, and so now somebody else has got the nightmare of having to accept my challenge and record his introduction. Still waiting for that, by the way, if you're listening. But the American dream, yeah, Eleanor. What's the American dream? What is it?
It was a kind of myth that you can be rich if you work really hard and everything. It's possible to achieve everything one wants, and America is land of infinite possibilities.
The land of
So,
opportunity. Yeah.
opportunity, yeah.
We're all
But
living the American dream. Not. Well, some people live it. Some people live it. Not always through their own hard work. Usually through the hard work of others. They get to live the American
it's
dream.
reasonable, yeah.
Okay. Very good. Yep, that's another idiomatic use, and it's almost a misuse because it's stupid to say that all Americans dream of having a car, a house, 3.2 children, job for life. You know, other people aspire to other things, and there's a very interesting program if you can get hold of it or watch it online. It's called Ben Fogel's. Now, Ben Fogel is the presenter. It's called New Lives in the Wild. And if you want to just see alternative lifestyles, including in America, then I recommend it. It's very interesting. It's great fun. It's sometimes scary as what's it, but anyway, New Lives in the Wild. Other people have different dreams. Okay, so last week I said we'd look at how dreams might be an indication of your health. Okay. What can you
Lynn,
dream? Yeah.
I have here in my dictionary
Oh, yeah. Da,
two
da,
idiom.
da. It's always so tense for me when you say I have in my dictionary. Go on then.
And it's nice. It's a nice one. The first is to live in a dream.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a dream of a baby, for example. It's a dream of a baby.
Oh, that's your little grandson.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
know
he
he
is
sometimes has a
sleeping
little
also.
grizzle, but he's certainly a well-behaved little baby. I heard him earlier, but he was gurgling. I love it when babies gurgle. Well, you can also have a dream boat. Okay, if we want to go into that just a little bit before we look at health, a dream boat. What might that mean? If somebody's a dream boat. Hmm. Any ideas? If I said
Very good.
George Clooney is
Very
such a
nice.
dreamboat, just for April.
It's a perfect one.
Perhaps about your rock, something that is amazing, very good. Is it connected with this idiom?
It's normally to do with a person, usually a man, and it means very,
Ah,
very attractive. April's not going to agree with me. Who would you call a dreamboat, April? I know it wouldn't be George Clooney. He's more of your nightmare boat.
no one anymore at this time. Brad Pitt was once my dreamboat, but then he married Angelina Jolie, and then he fell off my
Fell off your radar.
my list. Yeah.
Anybody got a dream boat, Shiny? Do you have anybody? My husband is my dream boat. I've got to say that, of course, but
Everybody knows that your hobby is Bliss, in particular, because he repairs computers.
does it?
Yeah. I have always been jealous, as you know.
I
very
know,
well.
I know.
Yeah, you tell me he had repaired something, and
Oh, he's repaired it more than
Yeah.
once. When I break
yeah,
it,
yeah,
he
I
repairs
know.
it.
I don't know. Yeah,
I do try.
yeah.
In my defence, I do try to fix things myself. I fix many things myself, but when I get to the point where I am no longer capable of doing so, I do call my dreamboat. Shiny, have you got any dreamboats? Is there anybody you find particularly, especially a man, particularly attractive and gorgeous? Oh, he's such a dreamboat. Oh, could bite him. Yeah, that's the correct answer for us married ladies, isn't it, Shiny? Okay, let's do a little bit of reading. So, when we wake up from these dreams and we look at meanings, generally I think from last week we can say, yeah, nonsense, it's just like the horoscopes. But there is some indication that your dreams can show you something about your health, your real health, not just mental health, but physical health. Okay? Now, sadly, one of those things is dementia, but some dreams can predict heart attacks, real physical health symptoms. So, who was the first person to speak to me today? Let's have a look.
It wasn't me because I really couldn't. So
No,
I'm
you couldn't,
I'm
could you? It
saying
was
this
Shiny.
Yeah,
Shiny,
yeah.
are you able to speak today? Have you got voice?
Yes, thank you.
Good.
I
Okay,
would love
so
to.
here's your health
You have a
prediction.
fever. You have a fever. If you are the type to ignore the signs that you are under the weather, maybe a freaky nightmare will prove the point. Being sick can trigger nightmares, according to the Mayo Clinic, especially if your illness is accompanied by a fever. If you weren't paying attention to what your body was trying to tell you before, the morning after that weird nightmare is the time to tune in.
Very good. Well done. Sorry, I moved my microphone button, and now I'm having problems finding it. Okay, nicely read. No corrections there. Any questions, though? There's a couple of idioms in there.
Yeah, what does it mean under the weather?
Aha,
Be
look at
under the
that!
weather.
Thank you for asking, April, because if nobody had asked me, I was going to ask you. Yeah, here's a weather idiom. There's lots of idioms. It doesn't mean anything about the weather. It just means to feel ill. To feel under the weather means to feel ill. Oh, I'm a bit under the weather. I don't think I'll go into work today. Okay? Or you look under the weather, you should see the doctor. Okay? It's not a mood. No, it's purely to do with your health.
I thought it meant catching cold or something like that, but it's
Well,
more
catching a
general. I
cold can
understand.
make you feel under the weather, but it could also just be
I
tiredness.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
I
just
get
that
it. I get.
feeling of not feeling quite right, feeling a bit ill. Not ill, not, oh, I'm dying, not with the flu, just a bit run down. There's another idiom for you. Just not 100% healthy, okay? I think we all feel under the weather sometimes. Okay. And then there was another one at
Okay.
the end. It's the time to
Yeah,
tune
to
in.
tune in.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, I
April.
don't know. I didn't. I don't know that. It's not like to tune in, like what some always said about radio show.
Yeah, that's right. That's the literal meaning. To tune into the radio, which is turning the on the old-fashioned radios, of course. You had to turn the dial to catch the signal, and we called that tuning in. But you can also tune into your body. Okay, you can tune into somebody's mood just to be aware, to take notice of. Okay? There was an old hippie saying, tune in, turn on, drop out. Turn on, tune in,
What's
drop
that then?
out. Okay. It meant get with it, get with the program of being a hippie. Tune into your feelings. Turn on, usually something that would help you. Turn on, and drop out means leave all that other stuff behind. Become a hippie, hit the road, etc. Timothy Leary, there you go. Timothy Leary sparked it, and it defined the hippie era. But to tune in this context, it means tune into your body. Be aware of what your body is trying to tell you. Be aware of. There's a lot of there's a lot of guff talked about it, but it's got some merit. It's a bit like linguistic. Was it neuro-linguistic programming? There is some merit to it, but there's a lot of guff talked about mindfulness at the moment. I don't know if you've seen the phrase, if it's popular in your country, but in the UK, there's a lot of stuff about being mindful, mindfulness. And tuning in is part of being mindful. It's about being aware of your surroundings, and in this context, being aware of your body and what your body's trying to tell you. Okay? And of course, it also means tune into a radio station, tune into a broadcast, TV, whatever. Okay? Again, context is key. Okay, so Shiny has read. I think the next person to speak to me must have been April, because, yep, it was April. So, oh no, it was Eleanor. Eleanor, because you did say thanks, I have to relog no voice. That counts as saying hello.
Yeah, it counts. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I can't remember who
See,
said hello
you
first.
got
I rely on the
yeah.
chat. Okay, Eleanor, are you stressed? If you'd like to read.
Very. I always stammer, as you know, in your presence. Okay. I take courage. Stress is getting the best of you. You might also be ignoring signs that you're more than a little stressed out. When we ignore what's taxing us, the stressors can follow us to bed. Sometimes stress can manifest itself as common dream themes like missing a plane or an oncoming tidal wave, according to Dr. Oscom. Other times, a particularly bizarre dream might help you realize it's time to slow down. Some say that stress dreams might actually be helpful if they reveal what's truly bothering you and point to why you're feeling that way. Interesting.
Very good. Well done. Nicely read. And yeah, just one little thing. It's not pronunciation as such. It's just how we read out website addresses. You always have the
Mhm.
dot. Dr.
Dot,
Oscom.
yeah.
Dr. Oscom could be Dr. Oscom. Okay. Who's
Yeah,
he?
yeah,
Oh, I've never
and
heard of
you
him.
you could you wouldn't find it. That's the thing
So
without a
droz
dot.
dot com.
Yeah,
Okay, very
.com.
important. It's just we've trained ourselves now to realise that .de, .com, .org means somebody's talking about a website. It's the
By the
URL.
way, there
Mhm.
was a guy whose name was .com, and
Yeah, yeah, he
he got
changed his
arrested.
name. He's in a lot of trouble though, you know. Mega upload. I loved the concept, and I'm really annoyed that people
Yeah, but
misused it because
yeah,
I have big files for these worlds. You know, the worlds that we visit on the network. They're big files, and it was one of the few places I could store them. So I could have a backup of the worlds, but of course nobody likes Mega Upload or Mr.com because people use it for films and other stuff, unsavoury stuff. Never mind. Anyway, perfect pronunciation though. Any questions about the actual text? Anything? Do you agree that stress could make you dream more? I'm thinking about your dream
of
as well,
course,
April.
nightmares in particular, and
Yeah.
sometimes you can interpret it as it said in this article. For example, you have domestic problems, professional ones, something of that kind. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Even
It
health
can be a
worries, I
useful
think, can
indicator,
come
but
out
yeah.
in dreams. If you're worried about something and then suddenly you'll dream about that thing. I think it's much more likely that, you know, dreaming about your teeth dropping out means you should go and see the dentist than it means something, you know, you're going to win the lottery or you're going to come into lots of money. I think that kind of prediction I can get on board with, so to speak. I can think, yeah, that makes sense. Anything else?
What does it mean taxing here, Lynn?
Ah, yeah,
What's
nothing to
taxing
do with
us?
money. But taxes can be taxing. If something is taxing, okay, it means it's tiring, okay? To feel taxed means to feel overworked, yeah? If something's very demanding, um, it could be physically demanding or it could be mentally demanding. I mean, learning English can be very taxing. I don't know if you agree with me, but it can be exhausting. Learning any language. I had my German this morning. I'm taxed. So we've got tax and to be taxed financially, but you've also got to be taxed and something is taxing when it's tiring. Challenging, demanding. Okay, April? What's taxing to you? Is having the baby taxing for you, April? Looking after the baby?
That is the problem, Lynn. When I had the first time that I had problem with my heart, everybody say, yeah, you have too much stress, you have too much stress. But I say, I don't have stress. I don't even know what is stress, actually. I can't describe if I have, I can't, I can't admit that I have stress because I don't know what stress is. That is the problem. So that's why taxing, something that taxing us, a lot of things, but does it make me stress?
Do you lie awake in bed
I don't
worrying
know.
about things?
Worrying. I'm a worry person.
Then you're
I'm a
stressed. It's a part of stress. That's just one. Our stress is more than that as well, though. I mean, some people are stressed and they have every right to be stressed because we are living in stressful times. I think people who don't feel any stress are a bit strange because I'm like, okay, you can't listen to the news. So worry and
Yeah.
stress are combined. Um, some people can cope with it quite well, and other people it can make them ill, very ill. We talked about the brain before, and the brain on stress and brain burnout. That happens when people can't cope, and it's nothing against those people who can't cope. It just means, you know, they haven't got they haven't developed the capacity to deal with stress. Some people thrive on stress; they love it, but I find those people very stressful. Okay.
Okay. And why is that here, Lynn? Oncoming. What does it? Why is it oncoming? Uh,
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
sometimes stress can manifest itself as common dream themes, like missing a plane or an oncoming tidal wave.
Okay, that means the tidal wave is coming towards you. It's not here yet. You can see it in the distance. And then you try to run and you find you're running and you're not getting anywhere. Remember, we're talking about the way it manifests in dreams. So if something's like oncoming traffic, okay, let me just stand up. Okay, let me walk round and I'll go out here. And suddenly I'm standing in the oncoming traffic. There's a car coming towards me. That's the oncoming traffic. No, Lynn! No! Get back!
But you don't see the traffic.
I know, you'll have to watch the
You are
video. It was
safe.
very realistic, honestly. But oncoming traffic, if you're standing in the road, the traffic's coming towards you, that's oncoming traffic. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's it. But they say here, stress is getting the best of you. I sometimes, mostly is it during the day. If I fall in sleep during the day, that I have that kind of stress dream. They call it stress dream. I think, yeah, missing something, or you don't have time to go to the toilet, and you do that in your pants, for example, something like that. It is no mostly.
I was
during the
hoping you
day.
weren't going to mention that one again.
But I don't think.
Can we
it
just
is
call it you
because
wet
of
yourself?
stress.
You can say you wet yourself, yeah?
Okay.
We don't talk about stuff like that in England. We use euphemism. But yeah, I mean, that's all indicators of stress. I think having a nap in the day, I think, can help with stress personally. Just turn off, not tune in, turn on. Tune out, turn off. Just have a little relax. Close your eyes. Put your head on the desk. Just take some time out. Time out. That little tea they do in the basketball, or is it baseball? I can't remember. They do that tea with the hand. They go, time out. That's what I do for myself if I feel things getting too much for me. I'll just tune out. I'll just think, okay, time for a nap. Okay, April. No, to feel taxed means to feel tired, to feel exhausted. Okay, if you get taxed, that's just what the tax man does every year, sends you a tax reminder. You can feel taxed. I wouldn't use it to get taxed. Okay, it was so taxing listening to Lynn in the lesson. Okay. Oh, hang on. I've lost my copy paste. Bear with me a second. I think it's April's turn now. Yep.
Yeah, I hope that is something about dreaming of family who already passed away. I want to know what does it mean.
Well,
Oh,
it might just mean that you're missing them. It can be so simple that you're just missing them. It might just mean that you're worried about joining them too soon. But it's also changes in your life, remember. You've had a baby come into your life. Huge changes makes you think of family, and then maybe in your subconscious you're wishing they could see the baby. And so you're inviting them into your dreams so that they can meet the baby, maybe. Okay, but you're getting something more practical than that, April.
okay. Your blood sugar could be low. If people with diabetes experience a serious dip in blood sugar, one possible symptom can be bad dreams and nightmares, according to WebMD. Taking too much insulin or certain medications can cause this drop, called hypoglycemia. Of course, most people with diabetes will learn to recognize early symptoms of low blood sugar before nightmares point out the problem. But hypoglycemia can occur during sleep. Okay.
Very good. Oh, very good. Well done. I keep pressing the wrong button for the mic. I'm almost tempted to move it back, but I'll keep going with it here at the moment. Okay, so let's do the normal word first. It's not recognize. There's no such thing as cognize, so you can't recognize it. Can you remember what it is?
Recognize?
That's the one, yes. To recognize somebody. We remember things, yeah? We remember things. We recognize things or people, yeah? We remember things or people. Now, these false prefixes are a bit of a pain because, yeah, it's remember. There's no such thing as member. You can't remember. Well, there is, but it doesn't mean anything to do with memory. So you do just have to learn them. To remember, to recognize. Yeah? I remember the word recognize. I can recognize the word remember. Maybe try and learn those two. Okay?
Remember. Recognize.
Yep. It's not fair, is it?
Okay.
And remember, it's not remember, it's remember. Because again, that re is a false prefix. It doesn't mean to do something again. It kind of does, because it means to remember, to recall something. Yeah. So, but you do have to watch out for the meaning of these, and the pronunciation can be off. Now, one way you can also, because there are quite a few words like this, yeah. Just go to the word lists in Google, yeah, and just do a Google search, words beginning with RE, okay, and you'll find lots of words that start with RE in Scrabble word finders, in Hippo Words, morewords.com, and just go through them slowly. So, reincarnation, relativist, reprehensible. So got re and re. Okay.
It's reincarnate.
Reincarnation. Yeah.
Reincarnation. I thought it was
No.
reincarnation.
No. So you've got recognize and you've got remember, but then you've got the proper prefixes: reincarnation, represent, rebuild, rebuff, redeploy. Most of them are re, but quite often you'll get like reputable. Then you've got request, requite, reservoir. So you've got re and rare, reservoir. Okay, here's a short list of words for you, April. And the
Thank
idea is
you.
to recognize them, remember the pronunciation. The only way you can do that is practice. Word lists can help, okay, with pronunciation. But the first two you need to work on is recognize and remember. Okay, shiny.
Yeah, and what about
Oh,
the
yes, sorry.
hypo things?
Oh,
Hypo things?
yeah, we say hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia.
Oh, clay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Hypoglycemia.
wouldn't say glycemia now. That's not saying that's not what a doctor would say. But when I know somebody with hyperglycemia, and I know that's how she pronounces it, so she's hyperglycemic. Not diabetic, but she suddenly will just crash.
Uh-huh.
Her blood sugar levels will crash, and then you've just got to feed her chocolate. I think it's just an excuse myself.
Yeah, but frankly, I wouldn't know how to pronounce it, so
Oh, here they're saying
maybe.
hyperglycemia. Okay. Hyperglycemia. Yeah, hyperglycemic. It might be. It might be C. But it's hypergly. I know it's that. So, yeah, hyperglycemia.
But there can be more variants.
Yes, I
It's
know.
usually
Yeah, I know.
okay.
It's not one you'll find generally in the normal dictionaries, really. Let's have a look. Let's ask how do you say. Hang on. How do you say hyperglycemia? Let's have a look. See what they think. Is it there? Oh, it's not even there. Mm.
Hypoglycemia.
Oh, it's hyperglycemia
Hyperglycemic.
and hyperglycemic. There you go. So try it, April. Hyperglycemia.
Hypoglycemia.
Very good.
Yeah, we say glycemic in Dutch. Glycemic.
Okay.
Glycogen.
Well, it makes sense actually if I'd thought about it, because we do say glycerin. And glycerin is a type of
Yes.
sugar, yeah?
Also, glycerin cream.
Oh, do you go to Lush,
No.
do you? Lush
Sorry?
Lush do glycerin hand cream.
Yeah, that's it. In particular for hands.
That's it, yeah,
They
yeah.
are effective.
That's right. Yeah, no, glycerin is used in a lot of makeup and beauty products. That's very true. Glycerin. So glycemic makes more sense now. You see, even I can learn pronunciation. Okay, Shiny, are you ready for your next bit of text?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Pregnant, good news. Many a mother can attest to dreaming more while pregnant. Over those 9 months, dreams seem to increase in general, but strange or vivid dreams can become particularly common. Although more and scarier dreams aren't necessarily present, but a mom-to-be with strange or upsetting dreams might actually be in luck. An Israeli study of 166 pregnant women found that the more Halloween dreams a woman had, the less likely she has to develop postpartum depression. And an Italian study of 290 women linked more dreams and more upsetting dreams with shorter labor times.
Ooh, sounds good to me. Bring on the dreams, I say, if it means shorter labour. Okay, let's have a look at the pronunciation first. So it's one of the things you do a little bit, Shiny. You add a syllable in between the hard sounds and the follow-on softer sounds, like gna. So pregnant, no, pregnant, pregnant. It's just gn, gn. Try it. Pregnant.
Pregnant.
You're doing pregnant again. There's no between the G and the N. Okay. The only time you might hear that g sound is I'm a gnu. Gnu. You can do that with gnu. But otherwise it's pregnant. Pregnant.
Pregnant. Pregnant.
That's better. Yeah, that's much better. It's basically about training your brain to accept there's no extra syllable. You've got to go from the g to the n, gn. Pregnant. Okay. Okay, the next one, it's not part. I know we say a part of this, part of that, but it's particularly. Particularly. Try it.
Particularly.
Very good. Then, although we've got please, this isn't please, this is pleasant.
Pleasant.
That's it. Like peasant. I'm a peasant. I'm a pleasant peasant with a pheasant. Try this. Pleasant peasant with a pheasant. Try saying that.
A present peasant with a pheasant.
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 Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to your brain. Don't worry about it. Now, if you want to practice that, there is a tongue twister, but you won't find it in the tongue twisters because it's also very rude. I'm not a pheasant plucker, I'm the pheasant plucker's mate. I'm only plucking pheasants because the pheasant plucker's late. Now, if you say that very quickly, you'll find out why it's not in my tongue twisters section, because get that one wrong, and yeah, doesn't bear thinking about. So if you're going to practice that one, do it when you're on your own, okay? Think about it. Okay, let's move on. Israeli. Somebody who's from Israel is an Israeli. Try it.
Israeli.
No, not is. Again, you're putting that in. Isra. Israeli.
Israeli.
That's it. Again, you've got to train your tongue to. It's easier, I guess, to say Israeli, but we don't have that in the middle. You've just got to train your brain to think, okay, Israeli, Israeli. No Then pregnant again. Try it again. Pregnant.
Pregnant.
Yay! I actually had my fingers crossed for you there. Well done. And then harrowing. A harrowing dream, a nightmare. A harrowing nightmare. Something very upsetting. Harrowing. Try it.
Harrowing.
Harrowing. Yeah. So harrow and then wing. Harrowing. And the last one, women. Not women, women. It suddenly becomes this I sound. Woman, but women.
Women.
That's it, yeah. Women. Although, even though we say men, we say women, okay? Men and women. Okay, any questions about the text? Postpartum depression is just a medical term for being depressed after giving birth. Okay,
And it
postpartum.
may be very, very dangerous in some cases. Even young moms have the impression that they don't love the kids.
That's it.
That's sort of,
It's a serious
yeah.
medical condition. It's usually the hormones are completely out of whack. Maybe bad experiences during childbirth, almost like post-traumatic disorder, because some birth can be really, but even easy childbirth, suddenly this postpartum depression occurs, and it's devastating to everybody around. It's awful, full of guilt, full of regret. Oh, awful thing. The brain's a strange creature.
We say also postnatal depression.
Postnatal, yes.
Postnatal,
That's right,
postnatal
yeah.
depression.
That's it. Okay, hollow doesn't mean harrow, no. Hollow means there's nothing inside something. So, for example, Easter eggs are hollow. Harrow, in the context of this text, harrowing means very upsetting. Harrowing, not harrow, harrowing. Very distressing, very upsetting. So, postpartum depression can be harrowing. Okay. Don't confuse it with harrow as in the verb, because that's just means to cut a line in the ground ready to sow seeds with a harrow. Okay. You can be harrowed by something, I guess, maybe, but I wouldn't use it in that case. I would just say, "Oh, it was completely harrowing." I can't watch horror films. I find them harrowing. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Any questions about the text? How are we doing for time? Ooh, I've lost my time. Has it gone? Have you got time to read one more?
Yes.
So it's
Okay. I think then it's Eleanor's turn, and that will bring us to the end of the text, okay?
Yeah, I'm very stressed and my mental health is in danger. Yeah. It may be time to consult a mental health specialist, indeed. If stress and anxiety can cause such strange and often upsetting dreams, it should come as no surprise. It should come as no surprise that more serious mental health conditions can similarly interrupt your sleep. Bipolar disorder is known to cause vivid or bizarre dreams in some people, according to WebMD. And a study of Vietnam veterans found that 52% of combat vets with post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD) had nightmares fairly often, compared to only 3% of civilians, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. You will find yourself experiencing nightmares or very vivid dreams frequently, considering discussing your sleep with your doctor. Seeking treatment for both of these conditions can improve the quality of your sleep. Uh-huh.
Very good, well done. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're having what I call night terrors on your regular, they can be exhausting, and it might be worth going to seek some professional help. So PTSD, I mentioned it before, post-traumatic stress disorder. And if you remember when we first
Very
started
dangerous.
talking about dreams, yeah, well, we said, they can be a way of your brain trying to cope with stuff. I still
Suicidal.
have nightmares about cars crashing. I really do. It's terrible. 25 years after a car crash, you still have nightmares about it. It shows you the brain's not ready to let go. I don't suffer them during the day. I don't have many bad thoughts during the day, but I still get them at night time. It's terrible. So, and that was a car crash. Imagine being in a war and yeah, awful.
It's often the case, yeah, and it may be it may end in suicide.
Yes.
It's not.
Yeah. Um,
There was a famous American author. I remember the title of the book in Polish. Just a moment. It was about this veterans in war. Just a moment, and I think it was quite a lot about nightmares. The time I didn't know English, but just a moment. But here it's also the problem because now we have veterans from Iraq, and
yeah.
they often need psychological help. I'm not. It's William Wharton Betty, and it was about a veteran, if my memory serves me correctly. And it's the title. At the time I was at secondary school, so you can imagine it a long time ago.
Okay. Thank you. Birdie. Birdie. I've heard
Hold
of
on.
that. I've heard.
Oh, huh? But as I told you, I didn't know English at all at the
Ah,
time, and
okay.
why I had checked the title in English. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm thinking about the same birdie, but yeah.
I guess it's a word he invented because in Polish we don't have a word ptasiek.
Oh, really?
Mental. Hero suffered from mental illness.
Right. Okay. No, no, I'm thinking of something else, but interesting. Yeah. But yes, dreams can be a sign of, things just need to change in our lives. They can be a sign that things are great as well. They're nothing, they're just the brain reacting to other things happening around us, memories, worries, stress. Cheese, in my case, it's usually cheese. Birdie by William Wharton. Okay, no, I've never heard of it.
Ah, you see.
No, 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 no. Thank you. I shall look up that. Okay.
Sometimes we were more American than Americans, in particular during the time of transformation. It was typically Polish.
Well, I have heard of William Wharton, but I've never
Oh,
heard of
but he was
Birdie.
rather.
The, yeah.
I attended meetings up at the Dominican monastery, and among young pupils. It was very popular, and I read it. I also read it, a kind of fashion. But it wasn't my favorite book. I prefer
No, I can imagine
Bulgakov.
it would have been quite, yeah. I think the one I've heard of is A Midnight Clear. Okay.
Oh, I never heard of.
Yeah, it was made into a film. I don't think I've ever read any of his books, but I've seen the film A Midnight Clear. Okay.
You.
Because I'm, yeah, as you know, I like my films. It's um, yeah, interesting. Birdie. Okay, I'll give it a go. It was shortlisted for a Pulitzer Prize, so there you go. Must be good.
I guess so, but
Maybe I've seen the film. Ah, maybe I've seen the film, Birdie.
Bertie Otto's memoirs tell of his involvement in a war
Yes, it's an
crime.
Alan Parker film. Yeah, yeah. I have seen the film. That's why it's in my head. But I'm like, I've never heard that book. Why do I know the name so well? Mystery solved. I couldn't let that one go. It would have annoyed me. Okay, maybe I should read the book then. Yeah, definitely.
You can find in Mrs. Dalloway a shell-shocked soldier there, and he commits suicide. Virginia Woolf.
Well, I mean, during the
But
in the UK,
I
we
don't
have lots of
remember.
people who have these
Yeah.
disorders. We've gone through 2 world wars, and now we've got the troubles out in the Middle East, etc. So yeah, we've got our fair share of people with these PTSD. In the First World War, they'd be shot. In the Second World War, there was a bit more understanding, and now people actually know that, yeah, it's nothing to do with bravery or cowardice. It is purely the human
But
condition.
sorry, I wasn't right. It was now. I can see it was the Second World War.
Yeah, yeah.
I apologize. Yeah, but I told you I had read this so many years ago. So I remember it was about war trauma.
Yep. Okay. Okay, well, we've run out of time. Any questions before we disappear?
For me, it's okay.
Yep. Okay. Then I shall love you and leave you and get off to my gym for an hour or two. I hope you've noticed that Natasha is on a break at the moment. Okay, so don't go looking for sessions with Natasha. But if you are desperate to do some more English today, then you can do so later with the English Speaking Club. Okay? And if not, I may see you tomorrow in Speakeasy. Next week we're just going to do a Let's Talk About It session. It will be the last one before we break up. So we're going to do a Let's Talk About It session about Christmas and New Year. Just general chit chat, okay? And I'll find out how ready you are for Christmas. What your preparations are. Okay, so we'll see each other then, and thank you for coming, taking part. Our dream is finished. Lots of new vocabulary, I know, but don't forget you can if you. Yeah, it's a very big topic, but I think we've done enough for now. We can revisit it later, maybe. Take care. Bye. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Daydream. Oh, can anybody hear me?
Daydreaming. To daydream is to hoping to expect something happened that could be not possible,
really. No. A daydream is more something when you're just dreaming. You're awake, so in some ways it's idiomatic. But you're thinking about maybe possibilities, maybe pleasant thoughts, basically. Usually at a time when you shouldn't be thinking, I know what I think tonight. I'll have pizza tonight, and yeah, maybe I'll go to. It's those sort of nice thoughts you can have that you can take yourself away from whatever reality you're currently in. Yeah? A pleasant daydream. It doesn't mean it's unreal. I mean, it can be. I daydream sometimes about winning the lottery. uh, that's a daydream, though. But it's just having pleasant thoughts, a daydream. There's a song called Daydream Believer. Daydream Believer and our homecoming queen. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Yeah, you know the one? Now, Google have taken that daydream word and they've put it onto a product. So now you can buy a daydream. VR goggles from Google. Yeah, VR goggles. If you Google Daydream Google VR. So it's Lynn here from the Learn English Network, and welcome to Kitely. We're up in the skybox today, and well, I can see what you're meant to be able to see, and on the stream I'll show you because it's quite funny. It's called Dreamland. Okay, so and you can see it down at the bottom there, Dreamland. But if you actually could see what I can see, you'll see it's anything but a dreamscape. Okay, we're actually in Margate. But it's the way the word dream is used by people, and it amused me that they called this Dreamland, because it's just not. It's just a brick building. Now, can you think of any other times when people have misused this word dream? That's what we've been talking about for the last few weeks. Can you think of times people have misused the word dream?
If you ask me, for example, April, could you give me $1 million? And then I can say, you are dreaming, Lynn.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, dreaming can be, you've got to be kidding me. You're joking. That's very true. Any other examples? I mean, that's sort of an idiomatic use of the word dream. Okay, how about goggles? You will see their version of a daydream. So in some ways, they're misusing the word daydream, because to me, VR can be a nightmare. Anybody who's ever played Robot Wars will know what I mean. Can you think of any other words or times where dream is used metaphorically, idiomatically? In your dreams, Lynn. Dream on, Lynn. Nobody's going to speak. Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
I
yes, yes, Lynn.
Okay. Nothing? You can't think of that? No? A pipe dream. What about a pipe dream? That's more what you were talking about, April. A pipe dream.
Ah, okay. I haven't heard about that word, a pipe dream. The other one, the other two, I know. In your dreams, a dream on,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what you'd say
a
to me if
pipe
I said,
dream.
April, can you lend me £1 million? Dream on. That is a pipe dream, though. Yeah, a pipe dream would be that April one day would be able to lend me £1 million. That April's going to win the lottery. That's a bit of a pipe dream. The likelihood is not,
Ah,
but I hope
okay.
for you. I hope for you. But a pipe dream is to dream of something impossible. It's just a pipe dream. Yeah. Once upon a time, I dreamt that, we'd have a teacher for every single hour of the day on the network. It was a pipe dream. I thought it was a daydream, but it wasn't. It was a pipe dream. It was beyond my wildest dreams. So you can dream something beyond your wildest dreams. Now that tends to be something that's come true. Yeah? It was beyond my wildest dreams.
It sounds to me, if you say that, wild, my wild dreams, I think of something that, ooh, erotic maybe, something like that, no?
No. Well, depends what you're into. I suppose that might be beyond somebody's wildest dreams. Maybe if they starred in one, that would be beyond their. It's something that happens that you. It's much better than you could ever hoped for. It's much better than you could have ever imagined. Okay.
Okay, and when Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream," that is not the one of this. Which one is that then?
Well, that was, yeah, in some ways. Hang on a second. I've got a message from Google. I've got to get rid of that. Um, I don't know. He had a dream. Now, that's not the sort of dream, sleeping dream. That's a waking dream. That's the wish, okay? He had a strong wish. Now, I think that when Barack Obama was voted for president, he would have thought, my goodness, that's beyond my wildest dreams. You know, not only could we have um, equality, no more apartheid, no more segregation, but also a president from, different ethnicity to your usual WASP, which is white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. That would be beyond his wildest dreams. Okay? Of course, it didn't last long, but I'd love to be able to talk to him. That's also a pipe dream, of course, just to say, what did you think? Did you think, oh my goodness, we're making progress? And then, yeah, a couple of years back, probably went, oh no. What about if something works like a dream?
Going smoothly?
Very good, yeah. Sadly, it doesn't always work like a dream on the network. The technology often lets us down. That's why you're sitting in a very white area, whilst I'm sitting in the middle of Margate by Dreamland. But there are lots of ways the word dream is used. What about a dream ticket?
I don't know that. Eleanor, you don't know that? A dream ticket? I never heard about that.
No, if it has a metaphorical meaning, then I don't know.
Yep, it's just basically if you have a dream ticket, you're in the perfect situation. Now, it's often used in politics when two people are expected to work very well together with great success, they're the dream ticket. Like a dream team. You've probably heard of the dream team, yeah? The perfect team. I had the dream team in fantasy football at the weekend last week. I won, okay? Much to somebody's disgust. You'll have to check on the forum, but I actually